But it just really bothers me that he died alone with people that doesn't seem to care, that they didn't even care enough to call 911.
A Phoenix mom trying to make some sort of sense about her son's bizarre death. And the ABC 15 investigators are going in-depth tonight. Lori Gliha headed to the town of Congress and the house where he lost his life.
And tonight she gets to the bottom of some very mysterious circumstances.
70 miles outside of Phoenix in the tiny town of Congress, Arizona.
911, what is your emergency?
Something strange is unfolding inside this home on Coleman Drive.
Greetings, am I speaking with a living human being? Pardon? Am I speaking with a living human being? Yes, ma'am, what's your emergency?
A caller who refers to herself as living being reports a guest in the house, Joe Fitzpatrick, has died.
He passed on while he was here. So we'd like to have somebody come and pick up the body.
He was my best friend.
Ellen Eichelberger remembers Joe as a lovable guy. He was an activist who fought for the working man.
I learned a lot from him about being open-minded.
Ellen says the 24-year-old made a hopeful road trip from Phoenix to Congress in July. He wanted to find a cure for his type 1 diabetes.
He went to see a healer.
It's what bothers me. I don't want another mother to go through this.
Sandy Fitzpatrick never had the chance to say goodbye to her youngest son until she saw his body inside a body bag in the front yard of that Congress home.
I kissed him. I gave him a hug. And the only thing that pulled me away from that body was I knew he wasn't there anymore.
Sandy says before he died, her son Joe had spent hours on the phone talking about his health with a healer who calls himself Richard, or living being. The ABC 15 investigators found it documented in Joe's journals. Sandy says Joe stopped taking his insulin as part of a detox, but experts say type 1 diabetics need insulin to survive.
When he was vomiting 3 days before he went up there, I would say, Joe, you know, I've never detoxed, but you know, I don't think this is right. And he would say, Richard said this is normal.
It was weird.
Firefighter Jason Hirschberger was one of the first emergency responders on the scene.
I do know that when we got there, it was obvious there was nothing we could do.
The people inside the home, he says, were sitting silently on lawn chairs in a circle in the middle of the living room. They didn't say much, but they pointed towards Joe's lifeless body.
It wasn't normal the way they just pointed to the hallway and didn't seem to really have any concern.
According to the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office, the people inside say they asked Joe if he wanted to see a doctor, and he refused. Detectives say they never called for help until hours after he died.
All right, can I transfer you over to medical just in case, or? No, I think it's unnecessary.
The caller was calm and collected, and she laughed. And I mean, it makes me want to vomit right now.
The ABC 15 investigators tried to ask Richard what happened inside that home and why no one called for help sooner.
Ask about the death.
But he avoided our camera and didn't respond to our calls.
He didn't go up there thinking he was going to die. He went up there looking for help.
What do you think happened up there?
I think they let my son die.
Detectives are now waiting for the toxicology report and the autopsy report to come in, which is expected fairly soon. As of now, the sheriff's office says they have no evidence that shows the people inside this house had anything to do with Joe's death. In Congress, I'm investigator Lori Gliha, ABC 15.